space with you.
Part 1, The Fool. So initially this episode was going to focus on romantic love and being a fool in love, but as I started mapping everything out, I really realized that it's so much deeper than just romance and romantic love. And the idea of being green really coincides with having blind faith. I saw a tweet that said, "The fool being the archetype you embody at the beginning of any journey is one of my favorite facts." When you really sit back and think about it, it's so true. You have to have blind faith to start a new business. When you're beginning a new venture, you're not thinking about all the logistics, the steps that it's going to take. You're not thinking about the nitty-gritty of the process. You only see the outcome. And that excitement really is like a momentum that propels you into doing the thing, into going forward in the journey. Had I known in 2016 what I know now, I may not have ventured into music. I may not have been serious about music. I may have let fear and ideas of success and what success looked like, I may have let that stop me from just authentically and like purely creating. I was so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed when I initially came into the industry. What I was creating was so authentic. What I'm still creating is so authentic because in a sense there's that blind faith. There's this greenness that I hold on to. It's like a childlike innocence. It's freedom. And my journey in music has been so special, beautiful. I have so many words I want to say. My journey through music has been really, really potent. It's been a part of my life journey, like who Mishijah has become, how I've expanded creatively. I never knew I could write my feelings and like make a song about it. That is divine to me. And had I not been just so like, oh, I'm going to be an artist in 2016, I may not be here. I could be, somewhere else doing something totally different. And I just wouldn't have even known this version of me that I absolutely adore and love. There's an innocence, there's a freedom that comes with being quote unquote green that you cannot replicate. You can't make it up. It is pure energy. Which leads me into my next thought. You have to be a fool to genuinely fall in love. Part 2, romantic love. Okay, so I know I said I was not going to speak about romantic love, but I do want to get a bit personal because ultimately this song was derived and created from a romantic experience. So I have been single for 7 years.
7 years.
And before you project any ideas of what you think about people being in relationships or not being in relationships, please know that up in here, I have a garden of love within my entire being. 2 years into that singlehood, a friend and I decided to take things a little further and we decided to start dating. That did not last. It didn't work out, but the experience was very potent and emotionally dense for me. It was also like spiritually dense. I got to rummage through all of my bags, through all of my childhood stuff, my subconscious. Like I really got to see like, oh, okay, I didn't even know that was there. I never knew that, never smelled that, never tasted that. Didn't even know all this existed, but I really got to see myself. What a privilege, You don't always have that experience. In some of my previous relationships, it wasn't to that degree. And I'm getting so personal. I'm like, do I want to even put this in here? But I do want to speak very honestly and, I want to be open. The song is literally about this situation. So yes, I have that experience. It was what the girls are sliding down the wall about. It's what the guys are outside of the house with the boombox. It was that. It was all of that. 5 years later, I think I'm ready to date again. So I've, of course, energetically, now that I'm open, I'm meeting people. And I met someone. We have great conversation. Gemini. A Gemini could talk, from New York. And I think by date 3, I was like, okay, this is not my guy. Like, you start to notice little things in conversation and it's just like, okay, he's not my man. But the vibe is so good. Like, this is still the homie. This is still like, we still could kick it type beat. I had my journey being a fool. I had my journey being a fool, and so now into my new experiences, I don't take any bitterness, I don't take any projections, but I do have wisdom. Wisdom is so subtle, but she's sharp and it's very clear. And so I was able to discern very easily, like, okay, not my guy. There's a quote about, in order to be a wise man, like, you had to have been a fool. With wisdom and experiences, like, yes, it's great to learn from other people's mistakes, but it's nothing like the experience and going through it yourself. You really embody codes and energy and knowing. So that is the gist of this episode, is the journey of being the fool and becoming wise, gaining wisdom, and just remembering that you don't know everything. It's okay to be a little green. Green is the color of the heart chakra. So you're in your heart energy. You're in your pure childlike energy, and wisdom is birthed from all experiences. So if you've lasted this long, thank you for watching. I'm so happy that you stayed. Go stream Green by Mishijah. Leave a comment or something. Let's talk. Like, have you been green? Have you been a fool? Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode 4.